I should not have taken this lid off. Oh man! Last time this happened, it didn't happen like this. This is a little more exciting than the last time. Holy smoly.
The Jack Lousy Show.
Hello there, I'm John. And the barbecue's opened up today. It's Thursday, it's noon, we open up, so that's where I'm at right now is the barbecue, but I'm in the brewery part. And the one thing about the brewery is there's always little different evolutions on how I process and do stuff. Now, let's see what it looks like. So I have got PBW circulating through this fermenter over to one of my pumps over here. This is the pump for the brew kettle, but it's the pump I really use the most because it just moves stuff around, and when I do my keg cleaning, another video I'll show you how I do that. But when I move stuff around, that's the pump I use the most. So I moved the PBW from that old fermenter, which is great for storage, over to my brew kettle, and I got it up to 160 degrees. Now that was about an hour ago. And once it hit 160, turn off the elements, of course, so I turned off the boil. I moved it over to here. And right now I've got that circulating through the fermenter, and once I get done circulating, I'm going to tear it apart, check everything out, make sure there's no stuff lingering around in there. But here's what I decided. I did a brew day on Monday, which was 4 days ago, and I did 2 batches, and I cleaned the fermenters, I did everything on that day. Let me tell you what. Tuesday morning I get up and my legs are killing me. Everything's killing me because it's up and down and changing hoses. It's a lot of moving around, believe it or not. There's a lot of waiting, but there's also a lot of moving up and down. And although I may look young and pretty, I'm getting old. 63, I'm not that old, but I'm also not 43, I'm not 23. I'm 63. So, you know, the up and down, if I can cut that back a little bit, give myself a little bit of a rest on the day. If I can take away some of the serious up and down work on a brew day, because it's a long day too, it's like a 14-hour day. 13, 14 hours I can do it. Anyway, that might save my legs a little bit. Maybe I'll feel like I'm not dying on Saturday, because I'm going to do another brew, and it's going to be 2 batches on Friday. So besides cleaning the fermenters, I'm kind of stuck here for the day. Usually I like to get away and go do my construction stuff too, or go work on the Jeep I'm rebuilding, something, you know, because I've got too many interests. I think that's the problem with my channel too. I can't niche down. I can't be like John the beer guy who just does beer, or John the construction guy who just does construction, or John the rebuild an old wreck from Copart guy. Man, I do a lot of different things. Anyway, all that to say, I can't seem to niche down. So that's why I named it the Jack Lousy Show. It's just going to be a well-rounded show. Jack Lousy Show doesn't mean anything except for the stuff I like doing. But if you like watching it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, also share this video. Anybody you know might like this kind of stuff. Because I'm doing brewing right now, and we're going to have a series of brewing videos. All that to say, so there's more I'm doing in the brewery today. 2 days ago, well, like I said, Monday. That was 4 days ago. Man, time flies. Anyway, there's 2 different beers I'm making. I'm making a pale ale, and I'm making what I call the Lemon Drop IPA. The Lemon Drop IPA is a dry hopped IPA, so I got to dry hop that today. And on the pale ale, it's time to put on a spunding valve, so we're going to do that. As you can see, the bubbling has slowed way down. And the bubbling on this is slowed way down too. Now this is going to be the IPA, so I'm going to put 2 pounds of lemon drop hops, pelletized, right into this fermenter. And when I do, it's probably going to bubble up some. I'm going to wind up leaving this tube on here because I don't want that stuff bubbling up into a spunding valve. So I've got this spunding valve sitting in this Star San. It's been sitting there for, probably an hour or so, maybe longer, and it's going to come out of there. It's waiting in the wings, getting ready to be put on that keg of pale ale. So the big thing to do now is some more Star San. You know what? Let me turn this pump off. So the next thing to do is Star San. Always with the Star San. Got to make sure we kill any germs or anything that might try to get in there and infect this beer with something we don't want in it. And the next step, we're going to grab that spunding valve. Wash my hands. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this hose, which is pretty easy. I'm going to leave the gasket right there, I didn't touch it except with my relatively clean hands. Drop the spunding valve right on top. Let it drip off a little bit. Here we go. Just that easy. Now I do as much as I can to not get oxygen, anything else into this beer that may cause a spoilage. We don't want any spoilage. And you know what? I'd rather have it go completely rotten, you can't drink it, than just having an off flavor. I don't want any of that to happen. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have friends drop by, taste this beer. And this tastes all right. It tastes just like the last batch. It's good. Okay, but if I ever get a funny one, dump it. You can't serve bad product to people. That's major no-no. Anyway, okay, well, we got that job done. Now we'll go on to the lemon drop. But even before we do the lemon drop, I'm gonna start pumping this PBW out of this fermenter back over to the boil kettle because I have another fermenter I want to clean. So I'm gonna run it back over there and then get it heated up again and then send it back over to the other fermenter. Wow, it's like a lot of pumping going on. I do a lot of pumping back and forth of all kinds of liquids and stuff. That's what you gotta do. All right, there's the pump. Let's get her fired up. My wall switch. Ooh, gotta cut it down a little bit. I don't want it splashing all over the world. This stuff's a little bit caustic to it, and I don't know what else in PBW. But it does clean like crazy. And I think there's a little bit of an alkaline base to it. I don't know, I'm not a chemist. So we're gonna pump that out. As soon as I hear the tone of the pump change, I'll shut this thing off and then we can rinse this one back out. We can also rinse this one out. I drained it out, the hose that goes to my drain. That's back in the wall, you can see it back there. And that goes out to the sewer. And we're gonna blow that out. There we go. We'll get this hooked up on there and then we'll let that rinse out with some hot water. Blow out any leftover loose beer sediment stuff. And hopefully stuff that's clinging to the wall of the fermenter, we'll get that all cleaned out. There we go. I'm gonna watch this clear tube I have here. You can see it's blowing chunks and junk out, which is great. When that starts going clear, then I know I've got enough cleaned out to where I can turn off the water. Yep, see, like that, looking pretty clear. Now, with any luck, that water was hot enough. They're in the barbecue using hot water too, so it might not be as hot as it should be. But I can shut this off. With the heat's in there from the hot water, I think it's gonna have enough to blow all that out of there. I won't have to hook up my air compressor. There we go. Nope, you can hear it blowing. It's going down the drain. We're gonna clean this all up, clean up this whole area before we brew tomorrow. Okay, so this fermenter is ready to get PBW in it, and this one, I just had to switch this hose back over to here and switch the hose at the bottom back that goes to the drain back to here so I can rinse this one out after the PBW. Boy, there's a lot of work. And this, turning away, and I already scrubbed up the pan with a nice scrubby brush. I tell you what, there's a lot of cleaning involved with brewing beer. Cleaning, and more cleaning. My floor, I'll have to mop that up today too. That's getting to be a mess. Always cleaning. So my hot water coming in wasn't hot enough. So it didn't heat this up enough to build a little pressure to push the hose clean. So I gotta hook up the air hose to this, push it out. So I got this little air fitting I made up. It's got the tri-clamp on it and a 1/4-inch air nipple. I just gotta take this thing off of here. Get rid of this. There's a little pressure in there. Throw this on here. Go get the hose. So yeah, it could be dangerous. You know, these are only designed to hold 2 bar, which is about 15 PSI. So I gotta be careful not to overcharge. So mainly I just wanna get it so it blows the water down the drain for me. There it goes. Woo! Watch the pressure gauge. Well, that didn't take much pressure at all. It went and pushed that right out of there quick, and once it pushes the water out, it really can't build any pressure in the fermenter because it just opens right up to the drain. So, and that little compressor I have, it's a pancake compressor. It's like 2 feet per minute. It barely keeps up. So, kind of good in a way. and I never overpressurize it. Now it's time to move that whole CIP ball. Spins like that and shoots water all over the place. And cleaning. Time to move it to the other fermenter. Then I gotta grab another hose and hook that up and let that circulate for like an hour or so. So here we go again. Now I've got the PBW was circulated through this for about an hour. Time to rinse it out. They tell you to rinse PBW out with the same heat water that you used it. That's what it says on the instructions. I remember reading that on there anyway. I don't know if this water is as hot, but it is pretty hot. It's about 150.
I'm going home.
All right, honey.
See you
We
later.
just got into the shop. Say hello.
We're going out to dinner tonight.
Going out to dinner
To
tonight.
celebrate our nuptials.
Yes, yes.
They're a couple months old, but it's gift cards people gave us when we got married.
Yeah, which is great.
Okay.
We're planning on a really good time tonight. It's a new place, right?
It's been, new to us. It's a couple years old, but it's the first time we've been there.
Yeah.
So, it's the old train station in Binghamton.
The old train station in Binghamton, and they call it what, Station 45 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know what the 45 stands for. Maybe that was the number assigned to it or something.
Could be.
Back in the day.
We'll probably find out tonight.
Am I standing in front of you or can you be seen?
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, you're there. I see you in the doorway. Let's zoom in on you a little bit. There you are.
Oh, I look terrible.
Okay. Well, you'll be all fixed up for me tonight. I might even put on a clean shirt. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Love ya. Back to the excitement of rinsing a fermenter. Okay, anyway, so you're supposed to rinse it with the same temperature water. Now, I've already put my air chuck on here, and this is how I deal with not having a drain in the floor. I gotta move stuff with pumps and air. And I run it out to the drain, which is about a foot up the wall. No, that's higher than that. It's about 18, 20 inches up the wall. Anyway, so here we go. This place needs a new floor anyway, kinda, but I just haven't had the time to do it yet. All right, so I'm gonna hit that with my air hose. You're gonna hear the compressor kick on. Watching the pressure gauge too, so I don't blow up. I hate blowing up. I thought that compressor never shut off. So I got about 10 pounds of pressure in this fermenter, and I'm adding some more water just to flush it out. When the water's gone and the air is dancing through the lines, I know I've got it blown out pretty good. That's it, that's good enough for now. So there's only one thing left for me to do today, and that's to drop the lemon drop into that dry hop IPA I make. People seem to like that. It's not super hoppy, but it's got a lot of that hoppy taste without being terrible bitter. A lot of people don't like the bitter. I like IPAs, but I had one time, and it was like it took an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get all that bitter out off my tongue. It was just a little too much. So I try to keep my beers a little calmer than that, a little not over the top, which disappoints some people. They want the stuff that takes like, pine. A lot of people don't like that. Some people do. To each his own. That's why I got 9 beers on tap, because trying to make everybody happy. I still can't get everybody happy, but do the best we can. Anyway, we're gonna move over here and do that. Now, I'm not like a super experienced brewer or anything like that, so if you got an idea, you see something I'm doing stupid, go ahead and put it in the comments. I can take it, I promise. Anyway, so I got these lemon drop, a couple pounds of it. That's an open one. 2 pounds right here. We're gonna dump this right in there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I don't trust this packaging, so I'm gonna Star San it. These are sealed. I'm gonna drop them right in this bucket of Star San. Just so there's nothing on the packaging. And we'll just let that soak in there for a couple minutes. Probably could take it out already. I'll get my scissors. I got a good pair of scissors. These aren't it. I'm a little disappointed. My scissors went missing. So somebody got them. They're gonna get Star San too. That stuff's all on there, killing the bugs. All right, more Star San. Pretty much spraying the entirety of this lid. We cleaned this the other day when I brewed, so it's pretty clean, but we'll sterilize it just in case some floating in the air drops on there. I don't know what, a stray wild yeast or something. We don't want no chance of that getting in there. That way, we'll crack this open. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna grab that and cut them open and drop them in there. Usually what it does is it fizzes up pretty good. Oh yeah, we got a krausen going on there. I'm gonna have to show you that. Ooh, open that up nice. So that's one. I'm gonna put them both in there if I can and then snap the lid shut. Okay, don't gotta really worry about that anymore. Here we go. One. And two. Looking good. Oh, I got it. Let me show you. Let me show you what we got going on in there. There it is. Look at all those tiny bubbles. Yep, yeast is doing its job. All right, gonna put the lid on here, and then probably the day after tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow I will. We'll see how it's going. We're gonna see. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy down here. Now, I don't know why that's happening. Look at that. I don't know if that's a yeast reaction with the hops I just threw in there, or if it's just because they're opening up because they're coming out of compression, because they are pelletized. So hopefully it's not going to blow a bunch of krausen into my tube. And that's why I'm not putting the spunding valve on this quite yet. Wait, look at that go. It just blew out a bunch of stuff. Holy smoly. Look at that. See what it's doing? It's blowing some of this yeast out. I'm going to have to take this lid off. Whoa! It's cooking, man. Look at this. It's boiling over. I should not have taken this lid off. Oh man! Last time this happened, it didn't happen like this. This is a little more exciting than the last time. Holy smoly! I'm gonna have to get a bucket. We're just gonna have to get a bucket. We're gonna have to let it do what it's gonna do. Cause I can't stop it. Woo wee! All right. Can I get a bucket? Wow. Like I said, if you know what I'm doing wrong, I'd love to see it in the comments. Look at that. Look at the mess I made. It is just all over the place now. But I guess that's why we've got paper towels. I'm losing a bunch of my hops going out the tube. That is amazing. And like I said, I don't know what causes that extra pressure that's just going nuts. Anyway, time to start cleaning this mess up, I guess. Now I did do this once before and have a big hop explosion, but this seems to be worse than last time. Of course, I took the lid off. I think it's just a matter of the coming out of the pelletized form, you know. Because since it's pelletized and now it's just coming out of that, you know, it's expanding. I'm just losing all kinds of hops right there. It's not that bad. It's still gonna be a good beer, I'm pretty sure of that. Wow, what a mess. Man, I wish it would stop pushing the hops out. I think probably a lot of my problem too is I kind of topped this fermenter up a little high. I had a lot coming out of the boil kettle. I'm thinking it just overfilled this fermenter a little bit. And when this gets done fermenting, I have to strip this fermenter down I'll probably have to take its pants off, this neoprene thing, and wash it. Pretty much due anyway, so. Yeah. Well, if you guys got any questions, comments, put them in the comments. I think this is going to be about it for today. I think so. And I got that going. Tomorrow we're going to brew 2 batches. And I think I'm going to film that too. I got my buddy Joe coming, and we're going to do a batch of something that he's invented. So we'll see how that turns out. It's supposed to be like a red ale. We're going to see how that turns out. It's going to be something a little different, but we'd like to do different stuff once in a while. What's the point if you can't do some different things once in a while? So that thing just settled down. It's not, oh, nope. I can grab some paper towels, finish mopping up this mess. Probably mop the floor. It's a mess too. And then get ready for tomorrow. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.